Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. On today's video, I'm gonna be showing you the 12 new eyeshadow palettes that I got on 2023. There was one that I wasn't able to get, but that I'm hoping that I can get either this month or by next year at the beginning of the year, which is the Natasha Denona Xenon palette, because my trip was a mess, you guys, so I didn't have the time. But today, these palettes that I'm showing you will serve you also as a gift guide for eyeshadow palettes for the eyeshadow palette lover or the makeup lover. And just keeping that in mind, I wanted to mention that this video is a partnership with Ana Luisa Jewelry, and today I'm wearing their pieces. This is my third video with them and I just love them to pieces. They have been elevating my style without breaking the bank, and also these pieces are tarnish free. They have a 2-year warranty. They're high quality but affordable jewelry. I didn't mention this, you guys, but Ana Luisa is having a 35% off sale, which is their winter holiday sale. This is the time for you to get the pieces that you've been wanting to get from them. So on top of them being affordable, the 35% off, it's a big deal. So just go run and purchase the pieces that you want. The ones that I'm wearing right now that are new to me are the Jill bracelet, which is this dainty, beautiful piece right here. Then the May ring on green, and this is beautiful. I order my rings from them in different sizes so that I can use them on different hands and different fingers. I've been loving wearing different rings on my hands, and if I had more, I would wear more all over my hands. And this is the Petra ring, and I love this. This was my first one from them, and I just adore it. I've been wearing it so much since I got it. Also, the other piece that I have is the D pendant necklace, and it's this one with the little pin, and it reminds me of my baby. And this I showed you on a past video, but this is a horseshoe with Roman letters right here, and I just adore this. And both of these necklaces, you can wear them a little bit shorter or lower depending on the length that you like and depending on your face shape. So if you want to give yourself something, some jewelry, because every woman, we love jewelry, or you want to get yourself a new eyeshadow palette, then this video is for you. And if you want to see the 12 eyeshadow palettes that I have here, 3 are PR, and then 1 was a gift, a birthday gift from a friend, and then the other 8 I purchased myself, and only one of them, it's one that I regret purchasing. So if you want to see the palettes, then just keep on watching. Okay, you guys, so I just want to start with the regret purchase. I haven't even used it, so I'm not talking about the quality. It's just one of those things that you got it, but you don't know why. This one I purchased in March at a TJ Maxx or a Marshalls, and it was like $12, and it's from the brand Jacqueline. This is my third thing that I've gotten from Jacqueline Cosmetics, and everything that I've gotten on a TJ Maxx or Marshalls. But this one I thought I was gonna love because of the color scheme. I have to be honest, you guys, I've been loving cool tone eyeshadow more than anything, and cool tone makeup, and this is super red, and even though it's pink and red and it's beautiful, it's not the type of eyeshadow look that I'm going for these days. Now, from the other ones that I've purchased, only one I haven't used yet because it's new and I've been doing makeup on clients and I've been so busy since I came back from my trip. And this is the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes eyeshadow palette. But I have high hopes for this, you guys. I was complaining to my friend Janet that I hated that I missed out on this one, that I couldn't get it anymore. And then the next day, or I think that night, they re-released it and I immediately purchased it. So I'm hating myself because I think it's still available at Sephora. And after that, the 20% off sale came up and I got it full price. But this is beautiful. I know I'm gonna be using it on myself. I know I'm gonna be using it on my kids. And I've been just true to myself lately, more than any other time in my life. And I love purchasing what everyone considers a boring palette, whether it's an all matte palette or it's a shimmery palette, but a mostly neutral palette is the way to go for me. I'm not that into colorful eyeshadows. So this purchase makes sense to me, and the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes is one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes in my entire collection. So I know I'm gonna be loving this one. And also Alejandra Lisset, which is my friend here on YouTube, she ranked this as her top favorite eyeshadow palette of the year or something. I saw a video and she was talking highly about this one. This one I've already used so much on myself, and I've already used it on my makeup artistry kits a couple times. This is one of the best purchases that I've made this year. I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with the quality, and I haven't used all of the shades, but the ones that I've used are chef's kiss. This is the Pretty Grunge palette by Huda Beauty, and you guys, cool tones, and it has a little bit of warmth to it, but mostly cool tone eyeshadows. And these two, which are the ones that I've used the most, and the black. But these two, you guys, they are insane. They're so beautiful. I'm gonna just swatch one. Just this metallic platinum shade with a hint of gold and a hint of purple. It's everything. And then that's Rebel, and this is Maverick. And you guys, I'm so in love with it. And I love the fact that it comes with a sort of like an eyeliner shade. So this one, if you're a cool tone lover, you will adore, because even if you do a cool tone smoky eye, having a hint of warmth on your crease will make such a difference. So I'm obsessed with this one. For this one, you haven't seen my video that I did, Get Ready With Me, that I did with it, because this one I already filmed a Get Ready With Me with it, but I haven't edited yet. And it's the Patrick Ta Major Dimension number 3. And this one, it's an all matte palette, you guys. I just love matte palettes, and I love ones that have warm and cool tones, because this will be the perfect palette as the Makeup by Mario Master Matte, as the Jeffree Star Orgy palette, as the neutral mattes from BC Art. And those are top favorite palettes of mine for my makeup artistry kit and for myself. So this one I've used 3 times, but I just know that I love it. I love the quality of the eyeshadows. I think even more than the Master Mattes by Mario, but I love the size of the Mario palette more for my kids, and I love the weight of this one and the look of this one more for myself. This is just, you guys, lovely. I just adore it, and the fact that it comes with 2 creams like the other 2, but now they have a brown and a black one. This has been the year of eyeshadow palette for me, you guys, and that's telling you a lot, because this one I swore to myself that I wasn't gonna open it, and I didn't open it on my trip. I've been using it for the past, I didn't use it today, but I used it 4 days in a row, and I'm obsessed. I have to say, you guys, if I had to choose between this one and this one thing that this one has on top of this one is that this has an off-white and a white. These 2 shades right here are what makes me, in a way, choose this one. But the quality and consistency of this one and the versatility of this one are just perfection. Everyone was saying that they were hoping that the pomades, so I didn't say the name. This is the Groundwork Defining Neutrals by Danessa Myricks, and you can use these on lips, face, and eyes. And this one comes with powder and a pomade on the same shade. And they're removable. You can put them on C palettes or magnetic palettes. The fact that you can use them on brows, this is gonna be helpful for makeup artists quite a bit. And the fact that it has pomades on the same shades and that everything is matte, it's gonna help you with liner, with having bases for colors. But the thing is that the first time that I used it, I used almost only the pomades, and they feel like powder on the eyes. So they have this weird, beautiful consistency. They blend like a dream. They don't feel oily. They set, I feel, on their own, because I didn't have any issues with them creasing. They looked beautiful. They looked like powder. So you can enhance the look of the pomade if you put the powder on top, but you can work with the pomade on its own and it will be just fine. And then you can use these colors to, the first time that I used it, I defined my lips with them, with the pomades as a contour, and I used it on my cheeks as well, and it worked lovely, you guys. The thing is that I use detail brushes, and detail brushes are smaller, so they fit on the pans, but I wish it had more of a rosy tone to use as a blush, even if it's a neutral, and then also a light white color, because that would serve me perfectly and make this palette completely whole for me as a makeup artist and as a makeup lover, period. So yeah, this is, I think, one of my favorite purchases from the year as well, with the Pretty Grunge palette. The first palette that I purchased this year, and this is lovely, you guys. It doesn't have three eyeshadows right now, but you have seen it on past videos, and I have, I think, about 3 videos or 4 videos using this palette on my channel and reviewing the palette. This is the Natasha Denona Yaka palette, you guys. I'm showing it to you here, but it doesn't have 3 eyeshadows that I have right now on my Franken palette that I haven't filmed the finale, so I can't put them back on this palette yet. But this is a beautiful, and it's the most colorful palette that I purchased this year. It was just lovely because the fact that this one has a new formula from Natasha Denona, that it's super, how can I describe it? It's like the name suggests, it's a sparkling formula and it blends like a dream. It makes your eyes pop and your eyeshadow look way 3 times or 4 times more expensive looking than what it already does without the sparkling shade on top. It makes shimmery or metallic shadows just be shy about who they are, because this sparkling formula is a metallic on fleek. So yeah, this eyeshadow palette I really loved. Now that I have used it a couple times, I know that I won't be using a lot of greens all of the time because that's not my vibe. And after getting all these neutral palettes, I know that this one is not gonna be my most used, but it's still one that I fell in love with the formula of it, and I love the color scheme. It's just not an everyday color scheme in comparison to all of the ones that I'm showing you. I would highly recommend it. You just have to keep in mind to make the color scheme work for you, which are cool tone shades and a brown. So yeah, this palette is beautiful. It's amazing. The consistency, the quality, the versatility of it when it comes to creating an all green look, a cool tone eyeshadow look, and then also a completely warm and orangey eyeshadow look with a hint of gold. This has got to be my favorite palette of the year. So now I have 3. So the Pretty Grunge, the Groundwork, and then this one. This is the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette. And again, this one has 3 shades that are missing that are currently on my Franken palette that I'm using. But you can see this has been used and abused. This has been the most used palette since I purchased it, that I've used consistently throughout the year. That is not my Franken palette. You can see the dips on the eyeshadows, and this was before I put 3 shades on my Franken palette. And I'm just obsessed with it. I think that this is the best eyeshadow palette from Natasha Denona that I own. The only thing is that it doesn't have a black, but I can remedy that because Natasha Denona eyeshadow palettes, they have the type of pens that you can remove and make it your own. That's why I love creating my Franken palettes. Yeah, this is lovely, you guys. This is the perfect everyday, but make it glam if you want to. It's more cool tone than the glam palette, and it just makes you look expensive. And also it has not only the sparkling formula, but one that is sort of like a topper that has an almost completely sheer base to it that makes your eyes look like an Instagram filter of a sort. I just feel like whenever you don't want to do that much and you just want to have a hint of wash of sparkling something on your eyes, and then wing liner and mascara, you can be good to go. And they have them in different shades. Like this one, for example, it's one of them. You can see that they are just lovely. This one is another one, and they have 3 shades. One of them is on my Franken palette, and I've been loving using that on their own, and then also on top of matte eyeshadows, and it just gives something different to the look. And I love when palettes have different consistencies and formula that you can play with to create different looks. So this has been my favorite one for the year so far, even on top of the Groundwork one and on top of the Pretty Grunge, because it has so many different consistencies, and this truly can be an everyday palette for me. And it has everything, matte, shimmers. The Groundwork is only matte. Then the Huda one, it's pretty grungy, even though you can do a daily look. This one is more of a daily look, day to night eyeshadow palette. So I'm obsessed with this one. I have to say this is top eyeshadow palette of the year for me. Oh, you guys, and I almost forgot, but I have a code with Natasha Denona. It's Jordana15. I'm gonna leave it right here. I'm gonna leave a link below. It's an affiliate link for any of the links or most of the links that I leave in my description box. So thank you, because that's one way that you can support my channel and that I can keep creating content for my channel. Then for the last palette that I purchased this year, and this one was sort of like a palette that almost anybody that I saw was happy about because it's a pink palette according to everyone. But I find that this is the perfect soft glam palette made by McGrath. And this is Sunlit Seduction, you guys. If you guys know and you guys saw my videos from last year, Moonlit Seduction was my favorite palette from last year. I think it was my top palette of the year. It's my top McGrath palette. And then they came up with this one, and this makes me feel like this is the in-between that I can live in. Sort of like soft glam has that perfect warmth to it without me feeling that I'm wearing only warm tones, because it had the beautiful rose color and it also had the nude mauve shade and the whitish color, the black, so you can use them. So even though they're warm, they're not orange, all of them. And that's something that from warm tones I'm just not loving. I used orange eyeshadow for so many years and that was my favorite look, that I just can't look at it now. It's not something that I love. I'm not saying that I will never love it again, but now if I'm wearing something warm, it has to be sort of like a rose tone that has cool tone but that also has a hint of warmth. And this is Soft Glam made by McGrath right here. I adore this. I have a video with this palette that I created a look with it, I Get Ready With Me, and I have to say it's one of my favorite looks that I've created on my channel in general. I adored it. And I know people were complaining about some of the shades. All of the shades have a little bit of pink, but they have a purple, they have a burgundy, and they also have these rose tone, and then this is similar to every other color that they have come up with when it comes to matte. But this one isn't, and then you can create a look that's warmer right here and then more of a cool tone look with these shades. So then a gold look. It's just different. For me, this is second best to Moonlit Seduction, or maybe third after Midnight Sun. But I just adore this, and I love the shimmering shades, and I think it makes sense because Soft Glam is one of my favorite palettes in my collection. Then for the gift and the PR, I have these 4 eyeshadow palettes left. I'm gonna show you this one right here. This is a ColourPop eyeshadow palette, and it was a gift from my friend Janet. And this is the Back to Howard's palette from ColourPop and Harry Potter. I'm gonna show you right here. This is beautiful, you guys. Don't see myself swatching it or using it because I feel like this is truly a collector's item. Either way, if I would finish this palette, I would keep the packaging. I just love Harry Potter. I grew up with Harry Potter books and I love that palette. So thank you, Janet, for gifting it to me. I really love it. And I, from time to time, will pull it out just to stare at it because it means the world to me. And then the last 3 palettes are from Alter Ego, and I've been using the Alter Ego eyeshadow primer so much, and I've been loving it. And then one of the lipstick that they sent me, I took it on my trip, and it was basically the only lipstick that I used on my trip. But the eyeshadow palettes, one I'm gonna show you first, I adore, and this one is my favorite from the 3, so I wanted to show you because this one I would purchase. It's as if I would have purchased it because I feel deeply about it, and it's the Coastal palette from Alter Ego. Is this one, and I think this is a dupe for a Huda Beauty palette, but they are so affordable. And on top of that, I have a code with them, which is Jordana 10, I think. I'm not sure, but I will leave it in the description box below. You get 10% off on top of them being super affordable because their eyeshadow palettes are $18 to $24, I think. And this one I love. I don't know if it's because it's cool tones, you guys, but I've shown it in past videos. These eyeshadows have a sheen to it that is lovely and that it translates as lovely on the eyes. So it looks almost ethereal on the eyes, and I just feel like that makes the look more high-end, and I love that about it because I feel like I'm using something like the toppers from Natasha Denona. Of course they're different, of course they are not the same in quality, but they look super high-end on your eyes. The way that I noticed that I loved it so much is because I created a look. I filmed a video about 2 weeks or a month later. I was editing the video and I was like, what's on my eyes? I love the look. I love the look. And then during the video, while I was editing, I mentioned that it was this palette, and I was blown away because I didn't even remember. And then I started to pull it back out. So these, I would highly recommend it, and it's super affordable, you guys. This one I haven't used yet, and I wanted to use on a video because I have this on my fall palettes. But if you missed out on the Metropolis palette from Natasha Denona, which is a lovely color scheme, that it was an end of the year palette from them about 4 years ago, you can have it from Alter Ego, and it's a beautiful color. And then the Midsummer one I've used, and I've compared it off camera with the Nouveau palette from Anastasia, and it performs beautifully as well. I love the shades of this one, and I love to pull this one out to complement other eyeshadows because it has this beautiful vanilla shade. It has this festival shade that also has a shift to it, the lilac. So I've used this transition and just use this to complement my other eyeshadows. And again, if you love a color scheme like the Nouveau color scheme from IBH, but you don't want to spend the money on that one, you can get this one. And if you only have a small budget for eyeshadow and you want affordable but great eyeshadow palettes, Alter Ego is the way to go. So thank you for watching this video, and thank you to Ana Luisa for partnering with me for today's video. I can't wait for you to try their jewelry. You will not be disappointed. Like I said, it's high quality jewelry for affordable prices, and the holiday sale is bomb for 35% off on their website. I will leave everything linked below. Remember that every single one of these eyeshadow palettes, except for about 3 of them, I would recommend for you to purchase and give it to someone you love that is a makeup lover, or if you're thinking about them, you can get them for yourself. I love you guys. Thank you for supporting my channel, and thank you for leaving comments in the comment section below. I always leave a question so we can chat about makeup, and it means the world to me if you guys share my videos, comment on them, give them some love by giving them a thumbs up, and also subscribe because I'm trying to reach my goal of hitting 15,000 subscribers before the year is over, and I only have about 15 days left to hit that goal, and I'm about 100 people short. So if you can make that happen for me, that would be like a Christmas miracle. I love you guys, and I guess I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.